Hello, guys. It's your girl, Steph Perez. Welcome to this Super Saturday Hangout, this live stream. It's going to be really, really laid back, chill, but we're going to go over a lot of information. So as my email stated, if you're on my email list, if you're not on my email list, you can go to gopro-with-steph.com and that will put you on my email list. And you can also learn exactly what I do to make a boatload of money online. So I shared an email just real quickly today to let people know why I wanted to go live. And I said that today this message and breakdown is for those who are ready to stop playing and are ready to turn their monthly money into their weekly. Let me know if that's you. Let me know if that is you. Let me know if you are ready to stop playing. Some of y'all aren't playing, right? Some of you guys aren't playing, but you are ready to turn your monthly monies into your weekly. If that is what you want to do, that is what I want to talk about today. All right. You guys, over the 16 years that I've been online, as I've shared many times, I've been able to experience many breakthroughs. But there comes a point in your business where you don't want your business to be about multiple breakthroughs. You want it to be a consistent growth in a consistent scale. Do you know what I'm saying? You want it to be you want it to be of consistent growth, and you want it to be of consistent scale. You don't want it to be just a bunch of breakthroughs, right? Breakthroughs, kind of say that you were at a struggle or a standstill and you did something, right? It didn't break through. It's like a lot of force. It's a lot of effort. It's a strive. It's a stretch. We don't want that, right? We don't want that. And I had to really, really think about that. When I think about, like I said, the many breakthroughs, and some of the breakthroughs were actually growth breakthroughs, but there were some breakthroughs where I'm like, that was unnecessary, right? Like I should have actually been on a path of just growing and scaling my business versus coming out of a valley, if that makes any sense. Like, you guys know I'm completely honest and transparent when it comes to, my journey, because I think it's really, really important for people to understand that oftentimes it's not just you start here and you just grow and it's constantly up and up and up. I think it's really important for people to understand that there are people that get started, experience massive growth, and they drop off and they never come back. That's important to know as well, because that's not what I want for anyone either that truly wants to be here, right? Like that truly wants to make this their new way of life. And even with that, I think it's really, really important to also know that there are people that have started. Some have started slower, right? And eventually it clicks and they get it, right? And they take off. There are some people that come online, they get it right away. They have success right away. They make a lot of money right away. Things happen, right? But they never give up, right? They might hit a dark spot. They may hit a valley, right? But they never give up. And it's so funny because now what I have my hands on, like I'm realizing if we all can learn when I say the right way, as I listen to people I highly respect, people that are my mentors, there's so much in common with all of the very, very successful people. And it's a strong, strong foundation in what it actually takes to grow an online business. It is a strong, strong foundation in what it actually takes to build an online business. There's strong conviction, tough decisions, constantly investing in oneself, constantly making moves and making plays, a lot of learning, a lot of discovery. And honestly, it's a lot of what most people want no parts of, to be quite honest with you. Let me know if you know I'm speaking truth. It's what most people honestly want no parts of. Most people would love to know they don't have to invest in themselves. Most people would love to know that, you know what, now I'm going to go spend a few $100s this weekend on something that can never give me a return, that can never help me level up my life. And I'll just keep making excuses for why I can't make this move in my business to help me in growing and scaling. Or there are some people that, will make excuses for why they can't get on video or why they can't be consistent Or why, despite instructions, I still can't get in the tech and learn the tech. Why it's been 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And I still can't get it. Not only am I still struggling to get it, but I'm still struggling financially. That's not all people. No, I understand that. But today's message, I was really, really inspired around the whole idea of at some point, each and every one of us has got to wake up and say, it's time to stop playing. And for some people, you might be waking up, because I don't know who's listening in, and you might be at a level in your business where maybe you never thought you would get there. But have you been playing at that level for too long? Have you been playing around because maybe you've gotten comfortable? There's so much to say about your comfort zone, no matter what level it's at. Because there's not anyone, again, that I highly respect. There is no 3 to 5 year plan, you guys, where you just do 3 to 5 years of really, really hard work like they used to sell us in MLM and network marketing many years ago. There's no one that I know. Do you hear me? There is no one that I know. And I know entrepreneurs from all different kinds of industries. I know entrepreneurs offline and online. I know very, very, very successful people, both online and offline. And there just isn't this make-believe 3 to 5 year plan. Everything I talk about at this level, right, for people like us, that are looking at either like you, maybe getting from 0 to 6 figures, 12 months or less, like y'all, we got to start saying these things, right? Someone type it in there. $100,000 or more in 12 months or less. Someone type it in there. That's what we're making real inside of this community. That's the success stories that I want to hear more of. $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less. That's the foundation of our business, y'all. That is the foundation of our business. Because from there, we can begin making bigger money moves. Where now we're talking about bigger multiplication. Right? Then we're talking about, okay, now how do we make, that $100,000 that I earned in 12 months or 11 months or 10 months? How do I now do that, in a quarter? How do I now do that, every 3 months? And believe it or not, it's not about working harder. Yes, there is a steady push, there is steady work, but it's not about working harder. It's like, how many of you guys were here the other night when I broke down 2.0 and I gave every single one that was here a money play. That if you are in the roadmap, you can do this. If you were in the roadmap, you could implement the money move, right? That I shared the other night, where you could have 2 income streams. One at $500, right? For people that just want the information and want a little background mentorship. But for those that want closer proximity, they want your advice, they want your insight, they want your time, they want your energy. Like they really want to get to know you, right? Then you can have an opportunity, right? Or you could have, I call everything an opportunity, right? You could have, an income stream that's paying you $5,000. All of y'all could have those 2 things set up right now. And those 2 things being set up, right, instantly changes the game for likely the way that you've already been doing business. Because I know the way the majority of people think online. And so, I know today is going to feel a lot different than a lot of the Saturdays, because sometimes we need those wake-up calls, right? And so as I was thinking on the topic of stop playing, because I'm always just so amazed at conversations I have, and people that are like, oh, I'm ready. And then it reminds me of the MLM network marketing days, where you'll set an appointment with someone, right? And they're like, yeah, I'm going to be here. And then you drive 45 minutes to get to their house and they're not there. You get dark housed, right? For anyone that's been in the insurance industries or where you have sold that way, that stinks. You're like, why did you just tell me you weren't going to be here? You could have saved us both a bunch of time. And it just amazes me how, again, stop playing. Stop telling people you're ready and you're not ready. right? Like stop telling yourself you're ready and you are not ready. Play at the level you're going to play at right now and be well with that. But I just know for me and my community, I want us to play at a higher level. I want us to play at a higher level. I want more. I want more for myself and I want more for others. So some of the things that came to mind when I was thinking about, quit playing. Number one, right? Are you one of those people where you're ready to stop raising your hand for info and you want to get solid on your own agenda? Y'all, that's one thing. That's why I don't spend a lot of time on social media anymore. Right? You spend more time raising your hand for information from people on Facebook than you do working on your own agenda. Matter of fact, you have no agenda. That is why no matter what someone throws out there to you, you're raising your hand because you truly believe that someone has a better plan, right, than the plan that you have for yourself, or you have no plan and you spend most of your time asking for information, raising your hand versus getting people to raise their hand for what you have to offer. Like I got so tired of social media because for me, it started to feel like a one-way relationship, right? Where it was like, again, to me, I equate social media with more of a network marketing mindset. People constantly reaching out to me, wanting me in their deals, right? But never popping on YouTube to see what I'm up to. And I realized, Steph, just get out of that space then. That's not the space for you. Like, why are you even there then? No one said you got to be there. No one darkens your path unless they want something from you. And I realized that's just the vibe of social media. It's like Grant Cardone said, your buyers are not even known to you right now. Your buyers are not the ones that are commenting. Your buyers are not the ones that are making the loudest noise out there. Your buyers are the ones that are literally, they're sitting back, they're watching, right? Like they are processing their decision. They're not making knee-jerk decisions. They're not knee-jerk reacting. They're not cheerleading everyone else's success. They are literally processing business decisions and moves that make sense for them. And y'all, it's so true. When he said that, I'm like, you're so right. Because so many times in my business, right, like these sales pop up and I'm like, where have you been? And I'll look up and they've been on my email list for months. Or if I talk to them, they're like, oh yeah. And sometimes they're not even on my email list. So many instances, they're not on my email. And when you guys were talking about people that I look up and I'm like, when I was doing like my group coaching, just from my videos, $2,500. Yeah, I want to say these things because I want you to get what goes on out there. Like if you'll just learn these things. And I'll look and I'm like, they're not even on my email list, right? Because I'll go and check. And then when I connect with them, I'm like, oh yeah, I've just been watching your videos. Right? And I just knew you were going to be a mentor. I knew I wanted to work with you. And I say that, y'all, because it's so important to realize this is not about who can rally the most noise. It's not about who can get the most people on their live streams or the most people watching their videos or whatever you think success is. It literally is about you showing up and connecting like with that person that is ready to make a move, that's ready to make their life better. Like whatever your solution is, it's showing up for the person that is here and ready for that solution. And I say all that because I realize, Steph, you got to just like literally like walk away from social right now because it literally triggers me. Like, let me know if anyone feels me. It literally triggers me. Right? It's like Grant Tar. It's like a bunch of bottom feeders for the most part. You have the few people that are up top. And I could go to, because again, I've been around so long, I could go to very influential people and I can tell you every single time they make an offer, it's the same people raising their hands for different things. And those same people are raising their hands all over Facebook for all different kinds of stuff as well. Where's the action? We got to stop playing. We got to stop playing. So is that the business, right? Like, I understand being triggered. Yeah, like, because you know what it is? I wouldn't be triggered if I didn't care. And I think that's one of the things that's always made me a little bit different in this space is I'm not going to march to the beat of your drum. People will always say stuff like, you're a killer marketer. If you came on board and do this, you would kill it. But what if I responded to everyone that ever said that to me? I'd be promoting a gazillion different things. I would be hopping around every couple of months. No, I want to be a killer, right, for the things that I'm sold out for. Right? I don't want to march to the beat of your drum. I have my agenda. And I'm bold enough to rock in my agenda and not feel like I need you. If I felt like it would be a great alignment and a great collaboration, then yes, I would make that move. I don't make moves just based upon it's what everyone in the industry, I don't care about the stuff that's going on right now. I do not care because I have a much bigger agenda and I know my agenda and I know what it is that I want and what I would love to lead other people in as well. Right? So are you ready to stop being one of the hand raisers? And you want to get to a place where people are raising their hand for what you have. When you learn this stuff, like I realize, again, my network marketing years have taught me a lot. The reason why network marketing was a little bit harder for me was, again, like the personality type I am, it was overcoming objections, objections, all the things you had to do. I didn't want to do those things. Did I learn them? Yes. And when I came online and I realized I could just position and people could come to me, that's my vibe. That's my energy. There's nothing right or wrong. And if that's the way I had to do things because that was the only way, then I would have gotten with the program. But I came up during a time where the internet was here. And I was in a company, Primerica, and trust me, y'all, I kept going online looking, can you build Primerica online? Like I was looking for a way. I was like, can't I just post myself out there and have people come to me? So I always knew there was a better way to do business. I was just caught up in a program that didn't serve me during that time. It was my first introduction to being an entrepreneur in this way. Right. And so, of course, if you hang on to the stories, you hang on to what they're telling you. And when I came online, I realized, wow, there's a better way for me. And that's what I love to teach others. So do you want to stop watching and start doing? Do you want to stop scrolling and do you want to start earning? Do you want to stop guessing and do you want to start planning? Do you want to stop waking up in the morning not knowing what to do and start waking up in the morning not only knowing what to do, but seeing fruits of the work that you've done behind you? Sometimes we have to decide and realize this is a real business. Real businesses are set up in a certain way. Real businesses have certain messages and messaging. They have their own agenda. They have their own mission. They know where they're going. They're guided by their own light. They have plans that they follow. They have goals. They have targets. How can you set any of those things up if you are about everyone else's business and not your own? So at some point, yes, we've got to stop playing. And we got to start making it happen. I was thinking this thought when I was getting ready today, because oftentimes I just process things that I share. And I was thinking about the other night when I broke down 2.0 and I talked about how I wish I would have had this when I first got started. And how, when I first got started, people kept telling me stuff like, you're good at what you do. You're willing to do the work. You're out there doing the videos every single day. It's just as much work to make, to sell a $25 thing as it is, a $1,000 thing. And I couldn't see it. I was like, no, of course it's easier to sell something for $25. Yes, it's easier to sell something for $25 if you're talking to people that don't have money. Yes, but guess what? The same objections, the same scenarios, the same stories, the same whining, the complaining, the same let me think about it. Everything else remains the same. It's still work. It's still work. And you still get all the excuses. You still get everything the same as selling something for $1,000. And I said, I wish, I really, really wish, and this is why I'm so strong on it now. And the thing is, when I say I don't care, I don't care who may think like there is an agenda around me saying it. There's not. There's absolutely no agenda. outside of, no, I take it back. There is an agenda. It's to help you stop playing. It's to help you realize sooner versus later. The work is the work. The work is the work. And when you decide on the outcome that you actually want for yourself, right? $100,000 in 12 months or less. Sorry, $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less. And then you start doing the math around it. And you start also thinking about the work around it. You'll come to your own conclusion that it's time to stop playing. Because every single day, every single hour, every single thing that you do in your business, it begins to matter. And so I was thinking about that, and I'm like, no, like, I'm glad I shared that. Like, 'cause what I shared was, if I would have really, really understood, I would have made sure, I would have sat my husband down, right? And the reason I always say my husband, because like that, whether it's not just needing his help, but it's the fact of like, do you understand why this makes sense? It's like literally getting him on board. And what I will tell y'all is, people used to come to me all the time, like, Steph, like, how did you get your husband on board? Because they heard my ultimatum story and all these things. And I'm like, I got him on board because I started showing him that I could do this. I started giving him results. I started showing him I could make money. I actually showed him that doing this actually works. So I didn't convince him because I thought it was a good idea. I showed him, right? I showed him. And that's why he can make statements like, when I was all surprised when I got my first $2,000 sale, and he was like, but that's what you've been working for. Like little things like that. So as a side note, I just think it's so important to get your spouses and significant others on board with you. Because if you don't, believe it or not, there's a secret that divides you guys. There's a secret that divides you. There's something and something you want. And so by yourself, you're trying to figure out how to make it happen. Where you could bring, again, your spouse is supposed to be what? Your helpmeet. They're supposed to be helping you. So where there's that lack of communication, believe it or not, there is like a fine secret that divides you guys, and it brings about a lot of stress. It brings about a lot of stress. And again, like, these are just things over the years, right? They just come up and I share. And so I always go back and I say, if I really understood, like if someone sat me down and it wasn't just in passé, but it was like, I really understood, I would have for sure got my husband on board sooner. Because I'm like, I'm going to be doing the work anyways. Instead of people signing up for this $5 thing and having me stair step, right? Like, there are already people out there that are investing $1,000, and they could be doing that with me, right? And where it would take X amount of sales to make 1,000, I could help one person to make 1,000. Again, there's no right or wrong, but I knew the outcome that I wanted. I knew the impact I wanted to make in my business. I knew the impact I wanted to make in my bank account. I was just guided by, I was guided by a lot of the things that guide a lot of people now. I just want to help the person that has no money. I get it. I want to help the person that's, wants to make extra money while they're working their job. I get it. But the way I look at it, if I'm helping someone that has a job right now, which many of my people do, they're working jobs. I just think that if you're working a job and you're also going to work your business, the results that you actually want to see from that, you want it to be significant. Because it literally is like a second job. It literally is like a part-time job. You're going to do the work anyways. When the payoff comes, why not allow the payoff to be something significant, to be able to make a nice dent in your bank account? And you guys, the way that we're set up right now on the internet, where people are coming to the internet and they are seeking e-learning, they're wanting to learn, they're wanting to advance themselves, right? They're wanting to learn the business of online business. They're wanting to learn digital marketing. Right? They're following big guys out there that, oh my gosh, $2,500 for access to this, $1,000 for access to this. And they're getting, they're spending this money, they're investing this money. And in so many instances, they're getting lost in a sea of influence. They're getting lost in a sea of so many people. They're getting lost in a sea of hype, and like, they're not learning anything. And so it's like, when you really begin to understand these things, it helps you. Like I'm telling you, it really helps you make better decisions where you can be guided, again, by your own agenda. Because guess what, y'all? Your agenda is what you're literally, when I say selling other people on, I know you may think, Steph, that sounds like counterproductive or counterintuitive to what you were saying earlier. No, it's not. It's not at all. Because your business involves people. And we're not looking to get anybody. We're looking to connect with people that already want what it is that we have to offer. So when you're solving your own agenda, right? People that are out there, for example, like Veronica, she kept trying to fight it. I didn't try to convince her. I just kept doing what it is that I do. And she came to the conclusion she wanted to get on board and this is what she wanted to do. Right? And now she's out there every single day, sharing it with other people. Right? So when we think about stop playing, right? I want you to think about like where you are right now. Bring my other note. Where you are right now and what that actually means for you. What does stop playing mean for you? What does quit playing mean for you? Where do you know that you're giving way too much time and it's actually taken away from the outcome that you want? Where have you been for way too long? One of the things Grant Cardone says, and I love it, and I just heard one of my other mentors say it too, and I love it. He said it in a different way. But it's like everyone's out there fighting for, I want to have the best product. Like I want to have the best this, the best this, the best this. The fact of the matter is, when it comes to business, it's not about the best product. It's literally about becoming the best known. It's literally about becoming the best known. We want to go out there, we want to make a really, really big impact, right? Then we've got to work hard every single day to make sure more and more people become aware of us and how we can actually help them. Best known often is the one that's the best paid as well. All right, it's just like that's how McDonald's, when Toys R Us was a thing, McDonald's sold more toys than Toys R Us. Real estate, right? Way better known, way more property out there. McDonald's sold more toys than Toys R Us. So instead of fighting, right, again, all this perfection and things that are holding us back, I love it, Veronica. It's the best decision I have made. I love hearing that. I love it. Right? So you guys, when we think about 100K in online profits in the next 12 months or less, okay, first off, understand that it does take a decision and that the time's going to go by regardless. There are just some truths that if you really allow to become a part of your norm of understanding all the time, right? I'm just around doing life and I'm like, there's so many people, there's so much money. People are a constant. Money is a constant. All these things that are going on in the world, right? And people are a constant. Money is a constant. Like all of these things. And I'm like, Steph, what makes it so impossible to get 10 customers a day? Where is the impossibility in that? I'm going to deliberately not blow through some of these thoughts that I have because I truly believe that if we can not and or stop rushing through some of these thoughts and really begin to allow them to become part of our knowing, business can change for you. Your money can change for you. Your bank account can change for you. Who says you can't get 10 customers a day premium coaching for New Tax Pro? Who says you can't get 10 customers, whether it's for your tax business, whether it's for your digital marketing business? Who says you can't get 10 customers a day? Premium coaching for New Tax Pro says focusing on one mentor and training and not trying to consume information from different mentors. Oh my gosh, do you know that was one thing that I was thinking about today as I was getting ready as well, as far as people getting lost, right, in information consumption, like overwhelm of information. There's no continuity of information. No continuity. This guy has a great idea, and guess what? It is a great idea. It's a fantastic idea. But it's not in alignment, right, with the information that you've been following all this time. So then you stop what you're doing here midstream to listen to someone else. No momentum can be built that way. The reason his information works so well for him is because he followed a process from start to finish, and he kept, again, sticking with it, growing from it, right? Scaling it, evolving it. Where you're just trying to jump midstream into what he's sharing, and you're trying to make, his midstream the beginning of your business, and you're all mucked up. You're spot on with that. And I always tell people, it's not that I've got to be your mentor, but what he said right there, someone needs to write that down. Again, I truly do believe in the power of one with so many. And I know the internet will have us multiple streams of income. Y'all, there is really a way to have smart, stacked income without being all chaotic and thinking that, oh my gosh, like this deal Russell Brunson's doing right now, I got to jump into it because it just makes so much sense. Does it really make sense for your business? Or do you have that big of a fear of missing out? And when was the last time you made decisions like that as well? You never saw them through and you lost money versus making money. Everything, you guys, that I read out there, it's like follow one path, right? Like one path from zero to like your first million. Don't try to be all over the place. Don't try to be doing all the things. Build, right? Build a community, build a network, build a continuous base for business, build your home on a platform, show up for your people. Again, we're going to talk about some of this stuff today. But it's so important to understand it simply takes a decision. And then understanding the time's going to go by no matter what. Right? 12 months is going to go by no matter what. So what are you going to do, right, to earn your $100,000 in profits or more in the next 12 months or less? If the time is going to go by regardless, where are you deciding to be? Because wherever you're deciding to be, oh, this is going to get deep, is where you will be. Because where you are right now, believe it or not, you decided it. You decided it, you willed it, you ran a play that got you here, all the things. No matter how you want to look at it, no matter how you want to slice it. Where we are right now, each and every one of us, it was based upon a decision and a series of choices and action steps that got us here. So if we know that the next 12 months is going to go by regardless, whether we decide to live by default, whether we decide to earn by default, whether we decide to spend all of our extra time watching TV, playing video games, extracurricular activities, making excuses, not learning, not applying, scrolling, raising our hands, we can decide for that. But the likelihood is each and every one of us can say, okay, but watching hours of Netflix, playing video games, scrolling. Okay, I know here's the thing. I know exactly where that's got me over the past 12 months. Like we already know, I know exactly where that's gotten me. Right? Making excuses. It's like I used to always say, right? When I was in the biz op world, the opportunity was like $1,100 to get involved with me. And I would tell people, if you sit on my email list for an entire year and you didn't gather the $1,100, you never wanted to really be here. You never really wanted to be here. Because over a course of a year, you could have come up with $1,100. Just facts. I've had people who say, if I could do Afterpay, I would already be in. You're not telling the truth. Because months have passed since you said that. And if you would have done Afterpay, you would have had payments due every couple of weeks. So why wasn't that same money saved if this is what you really wanted to do? You see what I'm saying? Like, we're only tricking ourselves when we say things like that. When we say, oh, money's holding us back, but it's not. But it's not. Because at some point you've used credit to get things and you had to make credit card payments. You see what I'm saying? Like, we know what these decisions and where these decisions have gotten us. So why would we keep repeating them and thinking that in the next 12 months, we're going to actually get something different? Oh, because someone on the internet told you were worthy, right? They told you were worthy. And if you want it bad enough, you'll get it. So just keep doing the mantras and doing the affirmations. No, boo-boo. You can't be the same and be different at the same time in so many ways. You can't be same and be different. You can't be same and get different. If you want different, you got to be different. You got to act different. You got to show up different. Different decisions, right, should lead to different choices. Different choices will lead to you doing things differently. And now imagine where you would be in the next 12 months. I know I'm probably losing a lot of people here. Steph, just tell me how to make money. Believe it or not, I am. Believe it or not, I am. Because these have been like the subtle things that have made such a big difference in my own business. It's never been about the thing I chose to sell. That really helps because it makes me passionate about selling it. But it's been these subtle decisions that have made an impact, right, over the way that I actually do things. Doing things in a certain way matters. Veronica says, wow, I just spoke about this exact thing in one of my groups yesterday. Wow, it's the truth though. And it's these small, subtle things, right? So like literally when we know better, right, we can make better decisions, choices, and actions, right? And if you were like, really, I hope you wrote down some of these things because it's just like, I feel like we could end right now if we just honestly started to catalog all of the choices and the decisions that have led us to today. All of the choices and the decisions that have led us to today. And we started substituting those choices and those actions for more favorable ones that lead us to where we want to be in the next 12 months or less. Right? So if you have debt right now, you're not making the money you want to make right now, right? Maybe you don't have the body you want right now. You don't have the relationships you want right now. What are all of the things you did over the past 12 months that have led you here? That played some kind of role. And the likelihood is it's not even just the past 12 months. They've been things that you've been doing for quite so many years. And they've just become such a habit. It's just been your way of life. And it's just been okay. But once you get to a place where you realize, no, I got to stop playing because I want something different. Until you really take the time to write down, oh, okay, yeah, I spend 3 hours every single night watching Netflix. I can, eat a whole bag of gummy bears in one setting. I don't remember the last time I stuck to my workout regime. I don't remember the last time I drank, X amount of water. I don't remember the last time that I got 7 hours or more of sleep a night. I don't remember the last time I told my spouse that I love them or just spent time just sitting there with them. I don't remember the last time, right, I did marketing consistently every single day for 30 days. I don't remember the last time I made a decision for change and actually stuck with it and wrote it out. Like sometimes it's scary, you guys. You think about these things and you're like it can almost get depressing. You're like, wow, like I did this to my life. Wow, I did this to my life. But the power in that, and like this is like emotional because all of us, like, who doesn't want more? Who's looking at things where you're like, wow, like I really did that to me. We want to always get mad about people that let us down or that said things to us or did things to us or unfriended us on social media. But what about all the things you've done to yourself? Because things have just been habitual. It's just been the way that things have been. And at some point when things get out of hand, we often want to play the blame game. The power in being able to look in the mirror and say, wow, like I did this to myself. My debt, I did this. My bank account, like not reflecting, right? Like what I believe it should reflect, I did this. Relationships, I did this. Right? Being overweight, I did this. The power in that is that you can decide differently. And in 12 months, right, or whatever the time is going to be, I think 12 months is like something really solid to focus on. Even 90 days, really solid to focus on. Imagine you change all of those decisions and choices and actions. Imagine where 90 days, 6 months, 12 months, where you can be looking in the mirror and saying, wow, girl, like you did this, right? You did this. You could be looking at your bank account. You did this. I've experienced all of that. Body transformation, bank account transformation, relationship transformation, just personal transformation in terms of like knowing I'm a better person. Praise be to God. Let me just really give credit where credit's due, because I'm not really doing any of this. As a person, yes, I'm having to take action. But that's the power in this. Yeah, and that's the thing, premium coaching, right? Is that he says, I don't play the blame game. It's all on me. People don't realize as soon as you blame, you've given so much power away. Because you're saying something's outside of your control now. But when you're like, no, like, yeah, I lied about that. Yeah, like, no, I did that. No, you're right. You're right. I said I was going to do this and I didn't. So much power. Why? Because it's a simple correction. It's a simple correction. And it's not about whether or not, it's not about what other people think of you in that. It's the fact that, but at least I know I can change it now. There's so much power in that. So it's like, yeah, you know what, Steph? I've been rocking with you for the past 7-8 years, and I listen and I show up and I'm one of your biggest fans, but I've done nothing. And when you don't place blame on anyone or anything, all right, but my spouse wouldn't support me, I didn't have the money in 7 years, that those have been the excuses. So when you get to a place where you're like, no, you know what? It changes. And you don't care how I might feel about it, which I'll never feel any way about it. And you're like, I don't care what anyone else thinks. This time I say I'm serious, and I'm going to live in this seriousness. And you just begin to move, things change, right? Things change. As long as you blame, you literally give the power away. When you claim ownership, right? You take in all that power, because the same power that got you there is the same power, right? That you can actually leverage to get yourself into a different situation. I don't want to say out of it, right? But get through it, and you can get different, right? You can actually get different. So like I said, I know like this is one of those messages, well, I'll lose some people as far as like, no, show me how to make money. Well, I think people have been showing you how to make money. I think people have been showing you. They have been talking about building an email list and emailing your list and creating content. And they have been selling you on their programs. And what's changed? What's changed? Telling y'all, it's been mentorships that I have that have not been about like business, and that have been about understanding like some of these fundamental life things. That's why one of my favorite, sayings is that the way you do one thing, right, tends to be the way you do all things. And that's why usually when you find someone, not that any of us are perfect, we all have shortcomings, but how many like very, very successful people do you know where you're like, wow, yeah, if you looked at so many areas of their life, you're like, yeah, they got their stuff together, right? Body, bank account, business, like if they have a mind for it, write that down. They have a mind. Again, like I'm not saying that anyone is perfect. I'm not saying you won't find faults. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying to idle people. I'm not saying any of that. But one thing I found for myself, like when I'm on point with my body transformation, I'm on point with other areas too, right? When I'm on point with my business and my money's looking right and it's flowing right, like every other area, like it's on point as well. It's like, because it's like one thing feeds off of the other. It's because it's energy. It's energy. Your money ain't right. You're like, why even work out? I'm just going to eat these Oreos and call it a day. Right? Like everything feeds off of each other, and all of us are different. So, what affects one thing could be different for each one of us, right? Some people can be depressed by their money and decide that they're going to become gym rats because of it. They're like, I can't control my money, but I can at least control my body. That's a mindset thing as well, right? If you can control one area of your life, you can control another. Yeah, it starts with discipline. Discipline equals freedom. Again, I heard one of my mentors say that over the years too. Discipline equals freedom. When she said that, those were 3 words were literally, I think I had invested, I think it was $1,500 into her 30-day program. So again, another instance, you guys. Right? And here's the thing, her program is something I go back to all the time. Like I'm reminding myself now that I need to dive back into her information. But $1,500 for a 30-day program. I learned so much, and she's so amazing. Like, she's one of those people I will always consider her my mentor. But it was one of the classes she said, and she even said, she goes, her mentor said it. Discipline equals freedom. I was like, I just got my money's worth right there with those 3 words. I don't know what's going on there. Because if you think about it, lack of discipline in our eating, lack of discipline in our commitment to working out, lack of discipline in paying attention to our spouses, lack of discipline in marketing, lack of discipline in showing up daily, lack of discipline in sticking to a plan, lack of discipline, right, with the way we treat our money and use our money. What does that get us? That's the thing, what I say earlier, we know what those things get us, because for most of us, we're living in that right now. We're living in those decisions. So if disciplined, right, being disciplined to a daily video, being disciplined to 3 TikToks a day, being disciplined to sending people to your capture page, being disciplined to drinking, 100 ounces of water, being disciplined to no sugar, being disciplined to your daily workout, being disciplined to, eating more protein than you do carbs, like being disciplined, right? All the areas you want change. Right? Being disciplined to reading the Bible every single day, praying every single day, giving thanks every single day, being disciplined with telling your spouse how much you appreciate them and you love them and all these things. I know some of those things sound kind of funny. Telling my spouse I love them every single day, that makes me feel kind of funny, right? For some of y'all, right? There's sometimes I just text my husband, I love you so much. Just thought you should know. No agenda. I don't need nothing. Right? But just wanted to share how I was feeling. Discipline. So just what would happen if we were disciplined in the areas of our life where we say we really want change? What would happen? To me, it's very simple. The opposite of what's been happening. The opposite of what's been happening. And you know what makes sharing this kind of stuff so fun is because it literally is a conversation we're having together. Because I am not sitting up high looking down low. But I know the effects of making these subtle changes. I know the effects. I'm human, and sometimes I don't always stick to these things, but I know the effects. But again, it's like what I said, playtime's over. That was literally my thought this morning. Playtime is over. All right. So let's just go over. I'm going to share. Again, I've shared this plan before, right? But I want you to get it. And I'm going to I'll share it in a kind of a different way. It won't be exactly. But if we're thinking on, have I helped anyone so far today? Have I helped anyone? Because I feel like I could just close out today. And I can meditate on what I shared today and be good, be perfectly good. Because I have my agenda. I know what I'm locked in on. I'm ready to get to work all over again. I'm ready to recommit to my plan. Thank you, Veronica. And I appreciate y'all. I really, really do. I appreciate you guys so much. Some of y'all have been rocking with me for a long time, and there's been a lot of growth. Sometimes we're not all where we want to be, but we do have to recognize the growth, and also, be real with where we know there's room for improvement. And I never want to be the person sitting up high looking down low, because who does that serve? But I do want to be the person that helps you to aspire for more. Right? And I want to lead. And I want to be the person that walks by example and leads by example, which is why I'm really open to sharing these things. Because who can I help if I don't share these things? Shantae, I know. Roadmap 2.0 is fire. It's so good. It's so good. And there are some things that are not even like that. Like, we know the modules are there, but the information's not, because, sick kids, that kind of thing. I'm so doggone excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of really, really great feedback from people that are blown away. And I'll go ahead and I'll spend some time going through Roadmap 2.0 as we close out today as well. But y'all, this is the plan, okay? This is the plan that we're following. And it's not, I don't share a different plan. Like, once you come inside and you begin to work, within the roadmap, or, with me as your coach or your mentor, or whatever, the plan's the plan. And for those of you guys that are like already rocking, it's, again, maybe this will help remind you of what the plan is. I got to remind myself all the time so that I don't veer off and get caught up in other things all the time. Right. So number one, okay, I shared this plan before in terms like if I was starting over from scratch, right? And so whether it's starting over from scratch or you just need a plan that you can buy into and rock every single day, and a plan that you can sell other people on as well, right? You'll find this extremely helpful, because this is what's lacking for so many people. All right. And honestly, y'all, when I got started, in 2007, and I had the results that I had, I didn't have like a step-by-step thing. I just knew there were things that I did on a daily basis. But believe it or not, we've all heard this before, like when you write it down, it becomes more real. And so it's like, even as with me, when I write these things down, they become more real, because now it's like I always have something to refer back to as far as like this is the plan that we're working. This is the plan that you need to remind your people of. This is the plan that you're selling in all of your content. Like, this is the plan. If someone came to you and they're paying you $5,000 to work with you one-on-one, this is the plan that I'm walking them through. I'm helping them with, that we're fleshing out. Like, this is the plan, right? So number one, all right, we're talking about $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less, right? That's the vision that I have for our community. $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less. You're going to lay such a strong foundation with that as a focus. All right. And this is not just about like hit it, quit it money. Like, it is about having a plan where as you keep running the plays, the plan keeps working for you. You keep running up the score. Write that down. As you keep running the plays, you keep running up the score. Some things we will repeat. Some things we will evolve beyond. Write that down. There are some plays in our business we will repeat, but there are some instances where we will evolve beyond. Okay, you've got to be available for that. Okay, so 100K or more in the next 12 months or less. So number one, based upon all of my years of experience, I would, without a shadow of a doubt, I would get started with something, right, that I had the ability to jump right into and to begin selling to other people. I would not try to create something from scratch. I would not, and this is, again, I know the audience I'm talking to, right? I'm talking to people that, digital marketing enthusiasts, make money online enthusiasts, those that want to start an online business. All right. Those that want to make money by helping other people learn like this space as well. And even if you have other interests, like you really might find your groove in what it is I'm sharing today, the plan is still the plan. All right. But as it pertains to like my people, this is what I'm suggesting for you. All right. Because this is exactly how, like, if this plan was written out for me, it's exactly what I would have followed. So without a doubt, I would go with something already working. I would think plug and play. I would think something that gave me a license. Steph, why the license? Why is that so important? It's because I'm understanding the importance of ownership. I'm understanding the importance where, when Shantae's like, Steph, I want to do what it is that you are doing, that she purchased a license to not only learn everything that I know about making money online and digital marketing, right? But she actually has the license for ownership. She actually owns the information now, right? So she bought her a business. She bought her a business. She didn't buy a login. She didn't lease a login. If you guys start hearing people share that out there, just know you know the origin of it, right? Because I'm the one that started talking about it. But that's so important, right? So like people are like, well, Steph, you're just saying that because you're doing master resale rights now. Partially, but it's because out of all the things I've sold over the years, I know it to be like one of the easiest ways to get started and to also make sure no one can ever take nothing away from you. Yo, does anyone else understand how huge that is? Does anyone understand how huge that is? To invest in such a way where no one can take it away from you. And that you are invested in something that's going to always be good. It's foundational online business training. Those 28 modules and all the videos that are in each module, right, y'all, they're going to be good today and they're going to be good months and years from now. Will there be new platforms and things? Absolutely, but you're learning the foundation, the strategy, right? You're learning the foundation and the strategy. So if another platform emerges, you know the strategy to jump on that platform and get it to work for you. So like every single person, right, that's purchased the roadmap from me, like you own it. You get to sell it as if it were your own. And in case you missed it, the first module, she actually walks you through, I think it's the first module, she walks you through like the different options you have when it comes to, selling the course, owning the course, accessing the course, what you can do with it. She makes sure that you clearly understand. But that bit about being able to download it, everything, like you're legally downloading it. This isn't no black cat stuff. You are legally downloading it. And you can sell it as your own. So without a doubt, like if someone came to me and let's say you and I did a discovery call and you were wanting the best way to get started and you wanted to do what I was doing, no, I would not suggest MLM and network marketing. I would not suggest that you start with coaching. But y'all heard the play that I ran the other night, right? Wouldn't suggest you start with it, but working with you, we would begin to leverage it as a part of your plan. But we would not start you off with trying to chase clients and trying to get out there and prove what an expert you are. I wouldn't throw you down that road. Nope. I would not suggest affiliate marketing because you're going to do the same work and there'll be no ownership. You're just setting yourself up for things to change and for you to have to play to a company's rules, wait for commissions. I wouldn't suggest that for you. Right? And I wouldn't do a biz op. There's some good ones that are out there, but you're still buying a login. You're still bound by someone else's domain. I'm not. Premium coaching for new tax pros is not. Veronica is not. Shantae is not. We're not bound. We are not bound. Now, even in the blueprint that I created, right, that sells for $100, you don't have to use my income system to sell it for you. You can sell it any the way you want to, because why? I've given it to you. You've invested $100 into it. It is yours. If you want to put it in your own system and sell it that way, you can. It serves me no purpose to try to micromanage how you decide to sell it. It's stupid. That's stupid. The income system is there, right, to make it easy if that's the way you want to sell it. It's a fun way to sell it, but it's not the way you have to sell it, right? You can decide to sell it any other way you want to. And again, when you're in the roadmap, you understand how to set up systems. You understand, right? You can set up a whole system just like that to sell a blueprint if you wanted to. Are you guys getting this? Do you understand why, I'm so sold on the blueprint? I'm not on the roadmap and the blueprint clearly, but do you understand why I'm so sold on the roadmap? Is because you always have the information to help you make decisions in your business. You are inspired, right, by a way of always being able to own your business. Whether it's you selling the course or whether you decide to create something, you understand how to do it. So number one, again, if I'm focused on $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less, I'm understanding that every single day and every single hour matters. Therefore, I'm not going to decide and I'm not going to suggest that someone else spend a lot of time like trying to learn how to get set up. I'm not going to suggest that you go through 6 months of convincing yourself that you are an expert, or going out there and doing 6 months of research, right? To try to see if you have a profitable idea. That's not the road I would start down. Right. And it's not the road that I would suggest, because in your first 6 months, you could get to 6 figures if you wanted to. Many people have done it. Number 2, okay, once I decided on what I'm selling, so like in this instance, the roadmap for me, right? My plan, my agenda, I'm totally sold out on it. As you guys, you've heard me, you heard when I did the 2.0 breakdown, if you were here live with me. I'm so blown away. It's just amazing. I'm sold out on it. And I don't care what anyone else is doing out there. I don't care what anyone else has to say about it. Right? I'm sold. And that's the problem for a lot of people, is they're not loyal to their own plan because they haven't sold out to their own plan. They're not loyal to their own plan because they haven't sold out for their own plan. And I'm not buying from no one that's not sold out on what it is that they're selling. I'm just not. That's the day and age that we're in right now. You guys, why do you think user-generated content is hot right now, where more big companies are going to that over the old way of advertising? Is because we buy from people we believe. We buy from the girl that's sitting there with this hair growth serum, showing you her putting it on and showing you the difference between before and after it. We're buying the weight loss juice from the person, right? That shows you they drunk it, right? And now this is what they look like 60, 90 days later. Companies are paying individuals to be their spokesperson in this way because they know that's how we make our buying decisions. And so you, as the face, the name, the brand of your company, people are going to say, yes, I want the roadmap, but I want it from you. Why? Because you talk about it every single day. It's the thing that you know your people need. It's what you love. It's what you want to put in the hands and the lives of others. You are sold. You're not wishy-washy. There's not a flavor of the month. Because the moment you begin to doubt, even if it's just small and it's internally, it begins to show through the way that you show up. And that sways other people's decisions. So again, if we're talking about making $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less, we've got to be sold, right, on what it is that we are doing and how we are showing up every single day, because that's how we actually attract people to what we have to offer, right? You've got to be highly attractive with what it is that you're doing. And being sold is the best way. Again, because when you're sold out, what it does for other people, it gives them a fear of missing out in a very good way. It gives them a fear of missing out. They're like, heck, 12 months is going to go by anyways. Like if I just keep looking at this thing, right? If I just keep looking at this thing, what's going to happen? A month is going to go by. That could have been a few hundred or a few $1,000 in my pocket. Number 3, right? I would for sure tap into a mentor. There's just no way I would go about this alone. If I knew that I had a goal of $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less, there's no way that I would navigate this all by myself. I would definitely have a mentor. I would definitely have someone, right, where they're walking the walk. They're already doing the thing. The likelihood is, again, I invested in the thing through them. They are my mentor. I'm not going to invest and then go look elsewhere. I'm going to follow. I'm going to copy. I'm going to model. I'm going to do. And that's one thing I do love about what we do, is that you literally get to copy everything. You don't have to figure out how to create your sales page or how to create your order form or any of these things. You can copy, right? Exactly what you see. If you were to buy it from me, you can copy what it is I've done. If you buy it from Veronica or Shantae, you can copy, or, premium coaching for new, you can copy them, right? We all have share codes. We're all learning from the same training program, right? They're all getting the same mentorship. You don't have to figure out how to start this stuff from scratch outside of growing your audience. And all of us have to do that. That can't be given to you. Not in an ethical way that's going to work for you. but to know you do not have to start from scratch, right? So for me, again, lesson learned from me getting started is I would really have a mentor that I knew I could listen to, that I knew I could show up to every single day and learn from in some capacity. You know what I'm saying? I would have someone that was in my ear, someone that I knew, like premium coaching was saying, right? Continuity of information, continuity of guidance, where it's like, lesson after lesson, or, live after live, or email, whatever the format is. I know that when I listen and I pick up their information, it's adding on, right, to what we're already doing and what I'm already learning, that I actually have an opportunity to evolve. And I'm not being led astray, like every month there's something new to do, or every month we're switching up gears. That's what happens when you listen to a lot of different voices and or the wrong people. If they're always switching things up, right, you need to be leery. If they are not evolving and growing, you need to be leery, right? You want to be in spaces where, right, it's conducive to the growth that you desire. $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less, right? It can be an easy feat, or it can be incredibly difficult for you. These are the things that will help make it easier for you, right? Number four, I would not play around with getting my system set up for my business. I would get it set up quick, fast, and in a hurry, right? Steph, what does this mean? Is I would make sure that I have a way of capturing leads, building my own email list, that I would have automation working for me, that people could request information, join my email list, learn more about what I'm selling, and be able to buy 24/7, 365. I would not live in the DMs. My business would not be reliant upon consults to close sales. I would free up my time so that I could do more of what brings people in and calls people in, so that I could acquire more customers and buyers routinely in my business. And the reason I have to emphasize this, right, again, we're talking about $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less, is because I'm always amazed at how many people don't have systems, that they're literally reliant upon the art of networking. Here's my post, raise your hand, I'll DM you the information. And then now you got to follow up via DM. There's no true process. Right? If any of y'all are, and it doesn't matter your personality type, right? But I'm the kind of person, like, I don't want to be dealing with people every single day in that capacity. I love the way that I build I love doing content and people coming to me. And I love knowing that people don't have to come to me directly and come through my system to get everything that they need. Believe it or not, people want to be able to process information without having to feel like there's the pressure of you saying, so what'd you think? Right? What did you think? You're ready to get started? They don't want that, right? They want to be able to watch a video, consume some content, and say, you know what? I think I want to learn more. And they want to be able to process the information, and they want to be able to read your emails, and they want to be able to click when the time is right for them. And they want to be able to pull out their debit or credit card and make the decision when the time is right for them. Right? That's how we make sleep money. That's how you make money when you're working your 9-to-5 job. That's how sales can transact. Right? And you're like, I didn't even know they existed. I never even spoke to them. Right? It's because we decide to set up systems so that our systems can work for us 24/7, 365. They are our partners. We don't have systems, right? We make the work harder for ourselves. Right? And one of the things that I would definitely do is within my money getting system, I would set for my autoresponder, I would have a minimum of 30 days of emails that are preloaded. That way I have a guarantee. Because when you're first getting started, oftentimes the act of going into your list on a daily basis and emailing them a broadcast, it could be a bit more difficult when you're first getting started. And I say that because if one person joins your email list initially, right, you might not feel compelled to log in every single day and send an email, because in your mind, you're like, oh, it's only one person, or it's only 5 people, or it's only 10 people. if you set your autoresponder up with like 30 messages, then you know, right, that every single day, right, or every other day, however you designate it, whoever opts in, they're going to be hearing from you, right, every single day, one way or another. Right. And so like, that's a tip that I would give anyone getting started, because the communication, connection, that's really, really important. And so I'd make sure that you actually get that set up. All right. Number 5, oops, where am I? I think I clicked off my. Number 5, I would pick one main platform to call home and be committed to growing there. All right. I would pick one main platform to call home and be committed to growing there. I would write this down, an ecosystem on that platform. The reason I say that is because every platform allows for that now. Right? So if you chose YouTube, you could do like YouTube uploaded content. You could do YouTube shorts, great ways to get discovered. And then you could also go live, right? Have a schedule for going live maybe once a week or something. That's a great ecosystem for YouTube. If you're going to do Instagram, right? You could do reels on Instagram. You could do stories on Instagram. And you could also do like a post on Instagram. Right? Great ecosystem for growing and building a community on Instagram. On TikTok, right? I would commit to 3 TikToks a day if TikTok was the platform that I was choosing. Facebook, I would do Facebook Reels for growth. I would post on Facebook, and I'd like to do Facebook stories. And then when I felt compelled, I might go live on Facebook as well. You're going to grow where you build. So where people know to find you, that's where they'll start showing up. That's where they'll keep showing up. That's where they'll come back to learn more. That's where they will subscribe. That's where you will grow. And you make life easier on yourself by deciding to grow on one platform. And then in one of the steps later, right, I do share that I would have a commitment to growing on other platforms, but not until I had a really, really strong base. And to be quite honest with you, for the first 12 months, right, when you're like, no, I'm on a trek right now of 100K or more in the next 12 months or less, literally, I think I would just park it on that platform and just really focus there. Seriously. And for longer term growth, right, you could look at growing beyond there. But for your first 12 months, like really, I would say that. And you guys, here's why I say that is because I was actually listening to Hannah, and like she's been on TikTok for a long time. Is where she's grown. She has over like 120 followers. And she's not the first person who has said this. It's like TikTok is going through some kind of funky stuff right now, right? Where again, people are complaining about watch time and views, right? But then guess what? I heard people saying the same thing about Instagram as well, right? That watch time and views and engagement, it's all wonky. Fact of the matter is there's always going to be something on all the platforms. And so if we are always making our decisions based upon, oh, well, TikTok's a hot thing right now, or Instagram is the hot thing right now, or Reels is the hot thing right now, we're gonna find ourselves in the way of chasing, and you're never gonna grow. If you just settle in and decide to grow, you will grow. And your growth is never dependent upon, please write this down, it's never dependent upon going viral, right? You can grow if you're doing a video a day, right? A short a day or 2 or 3 shorts a day on YouTube, you're growing, right? As if you're getting views, if you're getting attention, if awareness is being created because of your content, right? You are growing, right? So just be committed to getting better on that platform, maybe learning more about that platform, but above everything, right? Be committed to contributing to that platform on a daily basis. Like that's the biggest thing that you can do, because no one truly understands the mind of these platforms. Right? In the roadmap, I broke down a really, really dope strategy, right? Where if you like literally, it's again, in my opinion, that strategy is worth the investment into the roadmap all by itself, right? Because you know what? I learned that process by investing, I think, $500 into a YouTube course many years ago. Are you guys getting this? You can either decide to go out there and invest all the money I've invested over the past 4 or 5 years to learn a lot of these things, or you can just go ahead and decide, right, to go ahead and drop down $500 and know that you have everything that you need to help you get to $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less. I said it, and I mean it, and I'm bold in it, and I'm not going to waver from it. everything you need to help you get to $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less, to help you make your monthly monies your weekly monies if that's what you want. All right. So literally one platform. There's always going to be pros and cons, isms and schisms. Oh, YouTube is the long king, but is it really? Because I don't know how long Veronica was in my life. I know when Shantae first came on board with me 3 years ago, she wasn't in my life for years and years and years. Right. And so again, even in the roadmap training that I do for YouTube, I talk about, yeah, it's the long play, but it's the long play for a good reason. Because the content you create today, you create it the right way, it can still generate you leads and monies months and years down the road. I've experienced that. When I created really good evergreen content, people were seeking me out months and years after I created the content, right? Still wanting information on it. But guess what? Your content you create today could actually make you money today as well. Like that is a possibility. And it's happened to me time and time and time again. So we can overthink all these things. We can feel like we're trying to get ahead of these things and process making the best decision. Or we can just simply say, you know what? I believe I can connect the best with my buyer on YouTube. So I'm going to call YouTube home. And I'm going to upload daily. I'm going to do a couple of shorts daily, right? And I'm going to go live once a week and have a conversation with my people. And I'm going to run that play day after day after day after day. Week after week after week after week, selling the one thing that I'm sold out on. Because those that keep showing up, they're going to eventually realize, well, dang, I guess there isn't a product of the month. I guess if I don't get in this, I don't get in at all. Yeah, you're darn right. You're darn right. You can either pay me $500 to get the information, right, in a way that you can consume it when you want to, or you can pay me $5,000 and we can meet every single week for the next 6 months, right? And I can help you in that way. Those are the choices. Do you think your business would start to grow if you were that solid on what you did and people didn't keep sticking around thinking, well, maybe she's going to have a $25 deal that I can get in the next couple of weeks? Write this down, you guys. You train people on what to expect in your business. If they can always look forward to a deal every week or every weekend, what do you think they're going to wait for? A doggone deal every weekend. People that want what they want don't need deals and bonuses to take action. Bottom feeders do. Bottom feeders need you to stack a bunch of stuff to make it make sense. We don't need to stack a bunch of stuff. It's all, y'all, am I telling the truth? Is it not already stacked? Is it not already stacked in there? Absolutely. My mentorship is a bonus because I love giving in that way. You don't need my mentorship hub. Will you find value in it? Absolutely. You'll find shortcuts? Absolutely. But you don't need it. I didn't create it because you need it. I created it because I had it to give. It's an overflow of my abundance, of my 16 years. It's stuff that I plug into on a daily basis. It's my blueprints. It's my frameworks. It's my action plans. It's the daily lessons I want to do to give from my abundance to further help. Number 7. All right. And this is big. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 6. Number 6. All right. You're going to learn a lot about content creation and that kind of thing. And you're always going to hear it in that way. But this is what I would tell you. Again, $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less is I would begin to document and I would begin to share very publicly my journey and what I'm actually doing. I have this t-shirt that ConvertKit sent me a couple of years ago, and it says, teach everything that you know. I wouldn't be showing up to tell people stuff. Like, as you can see, y'all, this is the whole blueprint. I could sell this. I could sell this all day long. But I'm sharing with you guys and I'm teaching you guys, right? And yeah, there's sales messages all in this, of course. I hope you learn from this. $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less. We can make it easy. So with number 6, as I would document and I would share my journey daily, non-negotiable. You guys, when I was, and again, I shared this, I've shared this before, but when I was coming up, one of the things where I used to make a lot of money is like, let's say that I was sitting down and I was creating an email for the day. I mean, back in the day, there was this one autoresponder and system that I used. I made a lot of money. And I never recruited anybody into it. I sold it as a tool. And as a byproduct, I made a lot of money, and people that wanted to make money with it joined me because I was a teacher in it. Or like I taught people. But like, let's say that I was going to send a broadcast out for the day. If I had the inspired thought, hey, let me record this and upload it as a video, I would do that, right? So I might do a video that says how to send a broadcast, right, using this autoresponder. So let's say it was ConvertKit, how to send a broadcast using ConvertKit. And literally, like, I would turn my camera on, right? My screen share. And as I'm writing the email, I'm walking them through the entire process. Like they're physically watching me write an email, right? All the way through send. And then I would say, you know what? So like, if you've been looking at this tool, I would give a call to action. And guess what? It served 2 purposes. It taught people that might need to learn how to do it. And it sold people that were actually looking at the tool. So y'all, sharing your journey, like it's so much bigger than a lot of us like even think. But if you just allow people to be a part of your daily business and you involve them and you get them to see like, this could be you could be doing this. Again, we're talking about $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less. These are the ways that I've experienced to make it easy. These are the things that I've done. It's literally, I'm just an open book, right? And if you want the full story, right, then invest and get it for yourself. And then decide to model what I'm doing, model how I'm showing up, model how I break things down, model how I inspire people, like model it. Because guess what? There are people out there that are waiting for you to do so. Number 7, okay? Through that, so by sharing your journey, teaching the things that you know, involving people, right, taking them on this journey with you, you're going to naturally, believe it or not, build a community. And so with number 7, I want you to recognize the fact that you are building a community. Again, $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less. Write this part down. You want to always be thinking, I'm building a base for continuous business. I'm building a base for continuous business. All right. So when you build a community, right, your job is to show up for them. Figure out how that's going to work for you. Right? Leverage the community that you might already be a part of. That's what I encourage all of my people to do. Leverage my mentorship hub, right? Leverage my live streams. We're going to evolve to a point, right, where I'm going to start bringing people on our live streams, or we might do them via Zoom and broadcast them on YouTube, right? But like, this is just the beginning of everything for us in terms of a community, because my focus is on community now. I'm intentional about community now because I understand the importance of it. I want to celebrate wins and successes. And I know for many people, right, 100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less is just the starting base, right? So you don't want to build a business that's all about one-off sales, one-off transactions. You don't want like a transactional business, right? Like you want to think about your business and like you have a bigger vision for it. So yes, like right now, write this down, right, you guys. $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less is your way of putting your life vest on. I just got goosebumps. Write that down. That's not the end all. It's you putting your life vest on. $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less, running this play, following this blueprint, is you putting your own life vest on. You are saving yourself first, which is why leverage my community. Don't make it harder on yourself by trying to do that and then be this and all these different things. You'll likely wear yourself out because you're not good at it yet. You're not experienced at it yet. Put your own worry over the next 12 months or less to getting $100,000 or more, your own life vest. Envision that every single day. But know that you do have a bigger vision. And the reason why you putting your life vest on first is so important and laying this foundation, right? Demonstrating that you can build a business to $100,000 or more in 12 months or less, it sets you up for more. Because if you do that, could you say, you guys, you know what? March is my birthday month, and down there on the beach, right, I'm going to have this little 3-day event. The cost is this. The speakers will be this. This is what we'll do. Come hang out with me. Could that not be something that generates you $50,000 to maybe $100,000 for that 3-day event? Because why? People now want to come live and listen to you break down exactly how you did $180,000 in maybe 9 months. Bigger vision. You don't build a community and everything is just transactional. Who's going to want to show up to a 3-day event? Who might want to join a mastermind that you decide to do because, you think it's a really great idea to get 50 people into a container where you show up monthly for the next 6 months and you teach them? Who's going to want to show up for that when there's never been a community? See, where most people are going wrong right now, and I shouldn't say wrong, but it's hard, is they're going out there, they're like, I'm just coach. I've never made a dime. I haven't helped anyone, but I know I can do this and I know I can help you. Pay me a few $1,000s and I'll work with you. And they're not having success. Or they're trying to launch these masterminds. They're trying to launch these programs. And there's no base. There's no community. You can't launch a group when you don't have a group even follow. If you don't have a free group following, you can't launch paid group. It's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult. But where there are people looking for information, looking for courses, looking for programs, looking for information, looking for education, and oh, by the way, you get bonus mentorship, a bonus community that's here for you, they'll buy that. They'll buy that. So you want to build a community, build a base, right? Be their leader, walk by example, show them what's working, show them the evolution of your business, show them that you're growing, commit to getting better. And as you have bigger ideas for your business, you might say, you know what? Just launch this $5,000 coaching program for the next 6 months. Like, you might have enjoyed really working with me and like hanging out with me live. What if I could be in your business for the next 6 months? We meet once a week or once a month or for the next 6 months, and you have a community. Do you think you might have a couple of people raise their hand and say, yeah, I think I could really benefit from actually meeting with you, like via Zoom or call or whatever? Of course you would. Of course you would. And that's an easier way to fill your coaching program versus the mindset of acquiring a client, chasing clients. You already have a base of people that literally want to learn this stuff. And there's always going to be a percentage that want to dive deeper with you. Always, always. Okay, I'm telling you from experience. I could give really great examples of this, but I'm telling you from experience. All right. So number 7, community is everything. That is the lifeblood of your business. All right. And write this down as a bonus. You've got to decide to commit to this no matter what it looks like. And this is one reason why I say leverage. Like for example, if this were me getting started and I was receiving this information, I'd be like, okay, like I'm not going to set out there to build my own community. I'm going to leverage the community of my mentor. And I'm going to worry about putting my own life vest on. And I'm telling you this from I'm being very biased with this. 16 years of experience. I know what it felt like to go out there, and I had to create my own community because with what I was doing, no one was building a community. But I saw the bigger guys building communities, and because I wasn't a part of their world, I couldn't be a part of their community. So I took what they were doing and I did it for my level. Again, like I said, if I was smart, y'all, I would have just came up with the money to be a part of what they were doing. I'm telling you, hindsight, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Did it pay off? Yes. But I should have never let go of my community. I should have never stepped away. I should have never thought I was bigger than my community. So y'all, I'm This is not regurgitated information. Like, this is from my real journey. These are lessons learned. These are the things that I know work. A community equals momentum. Community equals momentum. And so you've got to be willing to stick with it no matter what it looks like, which is why when you're focused on $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less, you want to focus on your life vest and leveraging a community you're already a part of. If you start trying to now create a community and micromanage and create for that community, your life vest is going to start to come off. And you're going to find the water coming up on you. Again, I'm just telling you from experience. Right? Number 8, I would put blinders on and again, sell out to your plan. So first you're selling out to what it is that you're selling. You're selling out to what you are telling people, you need to buy this, you need to buy this, you need to buy this. You've sold out to that first. Now you're selling out to your plan. Okay, now you're selling out to what you do on a daily basis. Again, no matter what it looks like, because you know it works. You're trusting the process because you didn't invent the process. The process is already working for people. You could go out there and you could find people that are doing videos daily, that are doing shorts daily, that are going live throughout the week. You can already see that it's working. Therefore, it working, the plan is not on the table. That's not even open for discussion in terms of if it works. Will you work? Will you show up no matter what it looks like? Will you literally sell out to the plan? And when the naysayers come, when the spouse doesn't understand, you understand because you realize the people are there, the money is there. And if you just persist, so will everything else. So you got to sell out to the actual plan. Y'all, this is entrepreneurship. That's what it is about. Again, Henry Ford. Keep trying, keep trying. I don't care that it doesn't work. I don't care that it looks like it's impossible. Keep trying, keep trying. He eventually got what he wanted. Why do we think in this day and age that success is just supposed to happen because we want it fast? Where's the keep trying for us? Where that's not crazy. It is entrepreneurship. Heck, you guys, sometimes it's on the job. You want a promotion and you keep getting overlooked. Not enough experience, too much experience, not the right time. You haven't been here long enough. Seniority. Your skin's not the right color. Your gender's not right. Y'all are forgetting that business is not the only place where you're met with adversity. I know so many people that have been overlooked year after year after year after year for a promotion. And guess what? They can always, not they, but the company can always find a reason for why. One way or another, they either stick with the job or they stick with the fact my time will come. Y'all, stop letting people make you think that you're crazy for believing and just keep trying. Yes, it's entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship is crazy. Entrepreneurship can be wonky. And when you don't understand entrepreneurship and you think you're becoming an entrepreneur and you don't have all the information and you don't have all the facts, it's even worse. Because whoever tells you that you got to keep trying, whoever tells you to just trust the process, even when it looks like it's not all coming together. But when you step back for a moment and you're like, but no, Steph's right. The people literally are already out there. See, that's why I said earlier, it's these subtle things that if you come back to them, you're like, wait a second. No, I'm selling something that people are literally already buying. It's not the people. It's me. It's me. Let me remind myself they're already out there. They already want the thing. They're already searching for the thing. They're already consuming content on this thing. They're already buying from other people. So there are customers out there that will buy from me as well. How do I get better so that they buy from me, so that they know that I'm here? It's these subtle things, you guys. And yes, it is called entrepreneurship. And it's believing in, no matter what it looks like right now, I can get to a place where it can look like the way I want it to look. Again, it's these subtle things, y'all. And it's these subtle things that people aren't talking about out there. But if you are talking about 100K in the next 12 months or less, no, let me say it right. Y'all got to start correcting me. 100K or more in the next 12 months or less, you cannot be available for days of unbelief or disbelief. You cannot be available for that, because that's one day that takes you out of your goal. It puts you out of range. Let's just do the math real quick. 275. Why have to do that? I already know. I used to say this all the time, right? So just 100,000 base, right, is 275 a day. Now, I want you guys, again, when you understand, remember, it's these little subtle things. One day of negging out on your business, meaning this is not working, so I won't do the video. I won't do the shorts. I won't go live this week. I second guessed going live today because I was tired. I had a really, really long week. But do you know what I kept reminding myself of? Steph, how many times have you gone live on Saturday and you end up having a $500 or a $1,000 or $1,500 weekend or day because you went live? I don't know whether that money would have happened with or without my live. All I have for reference is the fact that I went live and I got paid. So because I know that to be the truth, I know that to be a knowing in my business, guess what? I get myself up, I get ready, I go live. That's my job. And my husband reminded me the other day, right? He knew the long day that I had. I was doing recording all day long. And I sat down and had dinner at like 7. I'm like, I got to go live at 9. He's like, okay. And I said, I rolled my eyes. I said, it's my job. And do you know what he said? He said, it could be worse. It could be. He is not lying. It could be worse. That's why I dig his support. Little things like that as a reminder. It could be worse. But see, I had to I didn't remind myself. I told him it's my job. I'm going live because it's my job. It doesn't matter. Because y'all, I can remember when I was working as a nurse, many nights I didn't get enough sleep. And I got up to go to work. Why? It was my job. What about the days like Mother's Day when I'm at work and my relief decides they don't want to come in because it's Mother's Day and I'm stuck at work? I'm a nurse. I can't just leave. I can't just abandon. So I have to stay there through Mother's Day. Why? It's my job. How many times have y'all said you got to do things because it's your job? I promise you this. When you start believing and knowing that there are just things in your business that are your job, your business will change. Your business will change. Because now it's not about a feeling. It's not about, oh, I'm so inspired to go live today, so I'm going to nail it. No, boo-boo, you got to nail it and show up even when you feel like you might not nail it. Because it's your job. It's your job. So again, with number 8, you got to put your blinders on and you got to sell out to your plan. You got to sell out to your plan. All right? You can't care about pre-launches, you guys. Blinders are real. There's always going to be something around you. And again, that's where, again, I go to Facebook and you got the people, right, raising their hand. Why? Because they're a guru. You think you're locking your spot with them is going to solidify your success? No, because you've raised your hand 50 times this year. How has that worked for you? Again, we got to stop playing. You're on how many people's emails list? How many lives do you partake in on a weekly basis? How many clicks over to websites do you do on a weekly basis? And how many videos did you do for your business this week? When did you go live to inspire someone because of your agenda? We got to stop playing, y'all, right? Number 8, it's all about you. You got to sell out to your plan. You got to know your plan works because you didn't make up your plan. Your plan is already out there working. You don't sell out to your plan's not going to work for you. All right? So you can't care about pre-launches. You can't care about locking your spot. You can't care about this fear of missing out that everyone else is going to plant on you for their agenda. No, your fear of missing out is if I don't show up and go live, that's my fear of missing out. If I don't do my video for the day, that's my fear of missing out. If I don't send the email to my list today, that's my fear of missing out. Now, there have been some days, because I email my list a lot, right? And I'm like, oh gosh, yesterday when I emailed my list, only 3 people clicked. And I'm like, well, maybe I should stop emailing for a couple of days. And I'm like, oh, heck no. Heck no. That's what they want me to do. I don't know who they is, but this is my self-talk, right? That's what they want me to do. But I know that is not in alignment with success. That's not in alignment with making sales. That's like being a car salesman and saying, but yesterday, everyone that came to the lot, they just wanted to shop. Nobody wanted to buy. So I'm not going in today. I'll show them. No, boo-boo, you just showed yourself. Because now you've totally taken yourself out of even being able to make a sale or make any money because you're not showing up. Yeah, these visuals, do you get them? Your bad day yesterday means nothing for your day today. Your bad day yesterday means nothing for your day today. Those that clicked or didn't click yesterday mean nothing for your day today. Those that didn't show up yesterday and watch your content yesterday means nothing for your day today. Every day is a new day. So again, the example that I was using, right? We know $100,000 just in 12 months. Let's just use that. Is $275 a day that you've got to profit if you want to profit $100,000 in 12 months. Okay, write that down. Like you guys need to know that number like the back of your hand. $275 a day. When you understand this visual now and you understand the real number, you realize, wait a second, I don't have a day to wimp out on myself. I don't have a day, right, to not go live. Whatever your daily commitment is, you don't have a day to miss out on it. Because by missing out on it, you're saying, I'll make up that $275 another day. Again, it's kind of like sick time at work. I would rather fight through days where like today I had a slight headache, right? Like I'm not feeling the best today, but it wasn't enough to take me out for the day because life happens. And I'm probably guessing in the next 12 months, there probably will be a day where legitimately I can't go. It just doesn't make sense. And I would rather feel like I earned that day versus wimping out on a day because I got a slight headache. You know, and so again, this is entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship is crazy. We do crazy things. But guess what? We also get to get crazy things as well. We get to get crazy things as well. We get to turn monthly money into weekly money. We get to say, I did $100,000 or more in 12 months or less. And now I'm going to make that my quarterly goal. We get to do that. It's not a guarantee everyone's going to do that. I'm not talking pie in the sky. I'm not trying to hype you up. But literally, like we get to actually step into the arena and say, you know what, I'm going for that because that's a possibility. Right? When you get in the ring as a fighter, there's 2 people in there outside of the ref. There's ideally going to be a winner and a loser. Both of them step in believing they're going to win. And we know that's not the truth. One's going to lose, one's going to win. But they both step in there. I'm the greatest of all time. Right? I've been watching their tapes. I know their next moves. I know everything about them. I've got them. And the other person saying the exact same thing. One person's going to leave the winner. One person's going to leave the loser. It doesn't stop either one of them from believing. Y'all, what's stopping you as an entrepreneur from believing? I'm not saying there's a chance you're going to be a loser. But the stats are the stats. Write this down. Someone last week said that they were questioning getting involved in the roadmap because they have friends that are in the roadmap that are not making any money or have not made any sales yet. And I responded like very encouraging because that's how I felt at the moment, right? Pretty much, hey, I'm here for you. When the time's right, just come see me. But it's funny because again, today I was thinking, how does that work for us? If we know there are people succeeding and failing, why do we choose to believe the stories of those losing? What does that say about us? Why would I choose to believe or care about the story of someone not having success and totally negate the stories of those that are like, why wouldn't she have looked and said, but Steph, you're having so much success. Like, I want to do this because you show me what's possible versus, but I know people that are doing it and not making any money. Well, I don't choose to equate myself to those people. Like, to me, you know what I say? Clearly they're doing something wrong. That's the way I look at it. Let me latch onto you because you're clearly doing something right. Y'all, this entrepreneur game is tough. Again, so much is right here. So do you see when you go into this already believing you're like the person not winning? You're already a loser. Like, you've already lost. That's like going into the ring and saying, I ain't got a fighting chance. But I'm going in there anyways. Forget that. I'm going to prepare like I'm the winner. I'm going to train like I'm the winner. I'm going to train like I'm the greatest of all time, right? I'm going to hire the best coaches. I'm going to give it my all. And if I lose, I lose, right? But I'm going to lose knowing that I gave it my all. But the way that I look at what we do here, there really is no losing. There is no losing. Those that lose decide to just give up. And they didn't lose, they just gave up. They didn't lose, they just gave up. So on any given day, y'all, we have the choice to believe two different stories or two different narratives. Remember when I got started, what did I tell myself? I'm making this my new way of life. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what I got to learn. I don't care what I got to overcome. I'm making this my new way of life, period. I chose to believe this could be my new way of life, no matter what I had to go through. Was I disillusioned? No, I knew there were people out there that were not making money. It's the stats. The stats are available for any of us to go look up. There are more people not hitting their goals and getting what they want out of entrepreneurship than there are. I don't care about that percentage. I don't identify with that percentage. I want nothing to do with that percentage. There is nothing about me that I see in that percentage. That's why I constantly listen to people that allow me to see where I am going wrong in this, the things I need to fix, how I need to become better. And they are inspiring me up. We get nowhere in life deciding to use other people's failure as a reason why we're going to fail as well. How do we identify with ourselves that way? Right? That's just not a good look. Remember, you always have a choice. So again, it goes back to putting blinders on. You know that you're working a winning plan. You know that you're working a winning plan. Stick to it and work it. Because some of y'all show up on a daily basis to a job and you know it's a losing game. Like, you know, there's no advancement. And I'm not poo-pooing jobs. Please understand that. But just based on the conversations I've had with people, what I know, there are some people you're like, I'm literally just showing up. It's a losing battle. Outside of a paycheck, like, I don't know where I'm going beyond here. I'm not going to be promoted. I can't be promoted. There's no promotion in my future. It's literally just a job. So outside of the paycheck, if you're feeling unfulfilled, again, I'm talking to the person that wants more. You might already be putting up with a situation where it is just what it is. But guess what? You're committed to the plan because there's a check involved, as you should be. Like, as you should be. But don't discount the power that you actually have to choose a different plan for yourself and to begin working equally as committed to that plan while you're still showing up on your current plan to make this new plan work for you as well. Commitment's the commitment. Commitment's the commitment. With all of the mistakes that I made, like I said, the way I ended up coming off my job was not the most advantageous thing. But commitment's commitment. Like, I still had to figure it out. I would not advise what I did at all for anybody. That's why when people come to me and they're like, I'm ready to quit my job, I'm like, oh, the heck you're not. Let's have a conversation first. Let's have a conversation first. But work the plan. Work the plan. Right? As if you work any plan that you know works for you. Like, you know, when you show up to work, it works for you, right? You're going to get a paycheck. Even though there might not be a bigger picture in it for you, you still work the plan. Your entrepreneurial plan is a plan where you likely have set a vision for it, a bigger picture for it. So even though it might not look like immediately things are happening, the only way you quit is by giving up. All right. The last part of 8 in terms of putting your blinders on and selling out to your plan, right, is you got to be completely all in. Completely all in. Like, I'm sure there's nothing about the way that I show up and that I deliver that y'all believe. I don't believe in what it is that I sell. I'm not afraid of the word sell. I'm not afraid of admitting to you guys, I'm selling you the program that I use. I'm selling you education. I'm selling you a license. I don't shy away from it. You know, I would never say, well, there's either this or there's that. No, there's this. And I'll just look at you. There's this. I'm not making another recommendation. There's this. That's when you're locked in. That's when you're all in. Because when that's your option, that's your choice, that's what you're going for, that's what other people will go for as well. Especially if they respect you, they look up to you, they want what you want, they want to model what you do, they'll opt for it as well. Again, that's how, again, it's all of these decisions you guys layer together that reinforce 100K or more in the next 12 months or less. You don't have one single day to be off your game when it comes to this. Because $275 a day is $100,000 in profits in 12 months. So if we're just talking solid like that, you should have a fear of missing out on being off your game. So all of these points, you don't have a day to lack on them or to miss out on them. Right? So if you guys ever see me on days where you're like, Steph, it looks like you've seen better days, just know I'm working my plan and forget you. Because there are definitely some days I'm like, ooh, my eyes are like not looking good today. They're like red. But seriously, all jokes aside, right? We don't have a day when you consider the fact that it doesn't get easier because you miss a day, because you still got to make up that 275. Like if you just think of it in the raw sense of that. All right. And then number 9. We'll already talked about number 9, which is basically further down the road. I'm not going to talk about that today because I really want you guys to lock it on one platform. That's my recommendation. Again, if you were working with me one-to-one, we would be focused on ecosystem on one platform. Okay. I'm serious about that. Really, really serious. All right. And then the next point is, I would totally recognize again, and I think you guys get the vibe of this, right? That this is my business and I wouldn't be bothered by other things. I'd remind myself every single day, there are going to be good offers. Again, there are some really great offers and things that emerge all the time. And I think the only thing I would ever be available to are things that could teach me something, right? Or help me master a skill a little bit more. But I'd be unavailable for anything that's going to take me out of my agenda and get me buying into someone else's agenda. All right. Again, I want you to think about it in a bigger scale. If you invested $1 million into a McDonald's franchise, all right, and all of a sudden, this new franchise emerges and they have this amazing deal, are you going to literally like give less effort to that $1 million investment you made to go pursue something that's too good to be true? Right? We're in pre-launch. Come lock your spot now. All locations are filling up. That's how ridiculous a lot of this online stuff sounds. People don't understand that. Oh, because it's only $20. I can afford to lock my spot. You can't afford the attention. You can't afford to give attention to it because you don't have momentum in what you're doing now. If you treated, as an example, like your roadmap experience as $1 million investment, think about how much more you would get out of it. You would log in every day learning something. You would go out there and teach other people and share your journey and inspire other people and tell people why they got to be in this thing. And again, your vision of $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less, you bring it closer to you. So if you treated it like it was $1 million investment and it treated it as something as, oh, it was just $500. I can learn tomorrow. I'm just going to Netflix and chill today. Oh, I can learn tomorrow. I'm just going to go to bed. Oh, tonight's the night you're going to get 8 hours of sleep, huh? Okay, I get you. Tonight's the night we're going to choose 8 hours of sleep versus 45 minutes of learning something and maybe 6 hours and 15 minutes. Like, okay, I understand. I've done that all before, you guys. Oh, today's the day I'm going to do that. So you treat it like such, because again, nobody would do that with $1 million investment into a franchise. Nobody. And think about, again, for anyone that you're going through where it's like you're the entrepreneur and maybe your spouse isn't, right? Doesn't make them a bad person whatsoever at all. But you do have a job to also prove to them that this time that you're putting in, where it might not always feel like there's a lot of payoff early on when you're getting started, are they at least seeing you're diligent? Are they at least seeing, okay, wow, like she invested in this thing or he invested in this thing, and yeah, like they're waking up early and they're putting in an hour to learn, or they're committed to their daily videos. Like they actually see you in the grind of your business. Do you think you just might get their support a little bit more? So not only will your business inevitably begin to take off, because we're not doing any of these things to have a business that doesn't take off, but do you think it would be easier also just the communication and the dealing with your spouse on a daily basis when they actually see maybe y'all have to come together to save the money? Maybe they helped you make the investment, right? Maybe it's been their disbelief in this that's made it hard for you because you feel like you can't work your business when they're there because you know they don't believe in it. The fact of the matter is, again, remember what my boy Thomas said earlier, premium coaching for new tax pros. When he stopped playing the blame game, things change. So again, maybe it's not the business they don't believe in. Can I drop it right here, y'all? You promise not to log off? Maybe they don't believe in you because you haven't showed them there's reason to believe in you. That's what I had to realize. When my husband said, so what's the business of the month? I was like, oh, dang. Oh, dang. I showed him. See, again, they're paying attention whether we know it or not. What's the business of the month? What was I telling him? That I'm just out there just kind of like just monkeying around. The thing is, for the most part, I've always made decent money. But was I really building a business? Was I really building a business? Yes, to thine own self be true. All right, so remember, this is your business. It's your business. What are all the decisions you can make on a daily basis to reinforce that to yourself and to those around you? And to remind yourself that you are building a bit, you're involved in a real business every single day. Right? And then again, within 1 year, right? So again, right? 100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less. Y'all, that's our foundation. That is the foundation trek we are on. Right? I'm not just in this to help you, oh, let's help you have a big month. No, because a big month could be a big month and then there's nothing after that. Right? 100K or more in the next 12 months or less. This is the play that gets us there. This is the play that gets us there. I really hope you wrote it down. And I really hope that you decide to internalize it and you decide to really work it. Right? And yes, this is the play that I run. This is the plan and the play that I'm running for myself, that I'm working for myself, that I share within my mentorship community. If I work with somebody one-on-one, I'm reinforcing all of these things. All right. Reinforcing all of these things. All right. If you would love to learn more, if you listen to the very first, step in your life, okay, promote something, right? Stand behind something where I have ownership, where I'm investing into a license to make something mine. I'm not buying a login. I'm not leasing a login space. I'm investing into something that's mine. I can make it my own. I can sell it as my own. I get to earn $500 every single time someone buys this from me because I'm following this plan, right? I'm going to tell y'all, there's never been a better time, right, to get in. Like literally, I feel like they dropped like a $1,000 program into this $500 course for us with the 2.0 version of it. There's 28 modules. So much of it business foundation. Yes, we give you a license. We give you a free marketing system. We guide you through setting up the course to sell as your own. But now we've given you 4 options on how you can actually sell it. 4 options. But on top of that, right, there are like 20 some odd modules that are teaching you business foundational stuff, right? I'm just going to run through really, really, really quick. I promise, just as a list, right? Module 1, diving into the world of digital entrepreneurialism. Module 2, building a solid business base. Module 3, tailoring a business to your vision. Module 4, from idea to market ready product. Module 5, branding essentials. And all of these modules are lessons. So every module, right, has a series of lessons. They're not just one video. Module number 6, introduction to business automation. Module 7, legal documents needed for the roadmap. So we don't even start to talk about leveraging the roadmap as a business idea for you until module 7. Everything before that is all about business foundation, right? Having you exploring your vision. What is it you want, right? How to build it, how to evaluate it, how to turn an idea that you have, right, into something that's market ready. 6 modules are all about you and helping you understand what it is that you want. Module number 8, bypass the funnel with the stand store. So if you do want to sell, right, the program right through the stand store, we actually help you with that. Module number 9, right, building. Oh, are these here now? Yes, sir. They weren't here the other day. They are here now. I am diving into that today because I want to set that up. Imagine y'all being able to bypass setting up a funnel and being able to sell a $500 program just through a very simple like store. So excited, like 1 page. Okay, so let me go back. I got excited, y'all. Module number 9. Option number 2, you can build your own funnel, right, with our free marketing system, system.io. We're going to walk you through like how to build your own marketing system, right, by leveraging system.io. Module number 9, option number 3, pre-built funnel with system.io. So people like Veronica, I think the majority of people here, right, use that option where you log in, you press a link, the entire funnel is downloaded into your system.io account. And then we guide you through video by video how to edit it and make it your own, how to personalize it and completely make it your own. All right. And y'all, I have bonus funnels for y'all as well. So if you go through my system, goprowithsteph.com, and you actually want to model my sales process, you can have that funnel as well. All right. I have that for you. Module 11 is option 4, using the stand store and external systems together. That's coming tomorrow. Module 12, how to test a funnel. So important. Right? So once you get your funnel set up, you need to know how to go through and test it to make sure it's all firing and working properly. Module 13 is email marketing mastery. Module 14 is email marketing with stand store. Y'all, you don't have to go outside of this to get what you need, to get what you want. So you can leverage the plan that I just broke down and get all of your education and your knowledge and your steps and your reinforcement and your motivation and your inspiration and your guidance right from this one investment, which you guys hear all these modules I'm breaking down. Soon, like once they have everything up, you're going to be able to download all of these and own them. So if you ever wanted to put these on your own platform and sell through your own platform, you could. Meaning, again, ownership. No one can ever take away your business. This is an asset, you guys. It's an asset for your mind, and it's an asset for your bank account. No one can ever take these away from you. Priceless. And you'll also get the 1.0 version as well, all right? Module 15 is email marketing with system.io. So not only do you learn email marketing as just a generic fundamental strategy, but you're going to learn how to use it with individual platforms as well that we leverage within the system. Module 16 is blogging for success. That is a module I'm going to be diving into. Module 17 is online marketing. So you're going to learn all about like content marketing and how, again, the business of online marketing, how to do what we got to do on a daily basis online to create success. Module 18 is business and content optimization tools. Module 19 is navigating business challenges. So anytime you're feeling a little woe is me, or you want to kind of get a leg up before you need it on how to navigate challenges, again, we have this module here. Module 20 is customer service excellence. We all need that. We all need to know how to implement customer service inside of our business. Why? Because we're building a community and we're building a base for ongoing business. It's not just transactional. We're building. So you want to make sure that you understand good customer service practices. All right. Module 21 is sustaining business momentum. So once you got the momentum going, again, once you start following the plan that I broke down today and momentum starts to kick in, how do we not kill our momentum? How do we not lose focus? Number one, I told you, right, how not to. But then again, right, we got a module here to cover you on that as well. All right. Module 22 is Facebook. So if you want to learn how to use Facebook as your marketing platform, we got you covered there. TikTok, module number 23. If you want to learn how to use TikTok, we got you covered there. The training on TikTok is really good. So is the training on Facebook. We have Instagram. So Instagram will be coming in mid-November, but we do have Instagram in 1.0 as well. I just think we're going to have a more expansive version of Instagram in this one. All right. Module 25 is YouTube. Whoop, whoop, by none other than your girl, Steph Perez. And I laid it down. And so you're going to get a really, really strong foundation on how to begin using YouTube to create awareness, grow your audience, generate leads, and make that money. All right. So I think I did a really, really great job. I do. And I've gotten really great feedback thus far. And it's exactly what you need. It's not all the extra stuff that's going to keep you in the weeds of YouTube. It is the stuff that's going to help you begin to get the results that you want. Again, which is awareness, audience growth, email list growth, and money. All right. We have module 26, which is Pinterest. That's going to be coming later. Module 27 is video editing with CapCut. Module 28 is how to use Kajabi to build your own course. Y'all, boom, right there. So expansive, so good, so good. Again, $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less. Get your booty in here, invest the $500. I do accept Afterpay and Klarna, right, through my system. That allows you to spread out your payment so you can get in now. All right. You'll be plugged into my mentorship hub where there is additional resources there, right, to help you, again, with your expansion, to help you with daily actions, right? And to just, again, share my expertise with you on a deeper level. All right. And also use what you learned today, right, to help you with a daily plan, right, that you are buying into and that you are in fact following. You guys, you have it all right here. Not $5,000, not $3,000, not $1,000, $500 one time. No monthly fees. The marketing system is free for you. I have many members that are still not paying for their marketing system, right? Because what they have with the free system is enough to support them getting their business set up and running, right? You can build like 3 businesses, I believe, with the free system. So there's no monthly fees. You're not paying $100 a month for your page builder and your autoresponder. You're paying $0 for your page builder, for your funnel, and for your autoresponder. And there's no ongoing cost, meaning we don't ask you for more money. There's no upsells within the system. None of that, right? There's no upsells when you join my mentorship. It's there for you, right? Right now, it is free. Right now, it is included. Right now, it is a gift. And guess what? You get to leverage that gift for your people as well. They can have that free gift as well when they buy the system from you, when they buy the roadmap from you. All right. So if you want to learn more and get plugged in, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the live chat. But it's a $500 investment to help you pull off, facilitate everything I broke down today for you. All right. We've been here for over 2 hours. And if you take what you learned today, you take it to heart, You meditate on this every single day. You make this real for yourself every single day. You resell yourself on this every single day. You log in and you begin to learn and master and get set up. Whether it's your own idea you want to run with, or whether you want to, again, get started in the fastest possible way and begin reselling, right, the actual blueprint, allowing you to earn $500 every single time someone buys it from you. Remember what I said earlier, $275 a day, right, is $100,000 in profits. Okay, so $275 in profits a day is $100,000 in profits in 12 months. What if you got your business to a place where you were doing a sale a day of the roadmap? That's $500 a day in profits if we keep everything clean. Okay, so 500 times 2.9%. So we're gonna minus $15. So 485, like I said. So profits, that the $15 is from your merchant fees. All right. So when you make a $500 sale, whether it's through PayPal or Stripe, they're going to take out about $15 for their fees. So you never pay fees up front. The fees are only when you actually transact a sale. So 485 is your profits, right? Because you're not paying for a marketing system or anything right now. So I don't know where else your overhead would be coming from. All right. So let's just call this profits, right? Now let's multiply that times 12. Now, sorry, that's not very fun. 485 times 365. Y'all, that's $177,025. So $177,000 in profits in the next 12 months. If you just got your business to one sale a day. And again, we have control over that with what it is that we do. If that's what we want, right? We commit to that outcome on a daily basis. We know we're building towards it. We know we're doing everything that we can control. We have faith in the matter. Our faith is backed up by our actions. We know that we have everything that we need to teach us the things that we need to be able to build our business online. There's literally nothing holding us back outside of ourselves. It's not about those who are not making it happen. It's about what are you going to do with the information? How are you inspired by this information, right? To make it happen for you. So again, $100,000 or more in the next 12 months or less. Who is in it with me? Who is in it? If you would love more information, if you're like, Steph, I need to get plugged into this. This is what I need. All right. Go down below to the description, click on GoProWithSteph.com, get the information in your hands. You'll see all the details there about what's included. And honestly, what's included is so much more now because 2.0 is not included on my sales page. All right. So just know that when you get started, you're going to have access to the community, which has over 19,000 members. You're going to have access to 1.0, and you're going to have access to 2.0. And you're also going to have access to my private mentorship hub as well. All right. I know you do, Veronica. I know you do. Girl, you are already locked in. You're taking action. Now we're making it real. Write that down, Veronica. Now I'm making it real. Okay. I want you to just start thinking on everything we talked about. How now are we making it real? How we move beyond just daily action steps to understanding, no, I'm making this real, that I have a business that's transacting a sale a day. Now I'm so pumped up. I'm so doggone excited. I'm so glad that I committed to going live. So glad. Because you just never know what can happen. That's the mindset we've got to have in our business. It's not about the headache. It's about what can happen. I'm more inspired, right, by the possibilities than I am what is. A headache, it can't hold me back because I'm more inspired by the possibilities. I love the anticipation, right, of who is out there that I'm going to inspire to get started today. Right? I've just changed someone's next 12 months. Y'all, that's crazy. I just changed someone's next 12 months. I didn't just go live. I didn't just lay down a bunch of information. I didn't just share a plan with you. I literally changed the direction, the outcome of someone's next 12 months. That's what I believe about what it is that I do. Maybe that someone was you. But y'all, this is why we commit to showing up. This is why we commit to investing in ourselves, right? So that we can be an inspiration to others, so that we can lead others, right, in the direction of the information that's going to help them with the outcome for their goals. How are they going to get it, right? We are leading them there. All right. So again, goprowithsteph.com if you want to dive in. Once you get started, make sure you email me, but you will also receive a personal email from me letting you know exactly where to go, what to do, and I'll be plugging you into my private mentorship community as well. And I will be instructing you on exactly where to get started. So when you get the email from me and you get access to my mentorship community, I want to encourage you to watch the orientation video. I might have to update that soon based upon 2.0, but right now the instructions and the orientation video, right, will help you in diving in, beginning to go through the information, right, and helping you in beginning to get set up. All right. And I'm going to throw this out there because we do have 2.0 and there's a lot of things going on. For anyone that decides to get started, today, so today's Saturday, right? Get started today. Like if you've been on the fence, right? My call to action is to you. All right. Get started today. All right. And then email me and let's set up a one-on-one chat, you and I this week via Zoom. This week, sooner versus later. All right. Sooner versus later. Because I want to know where you are. I want to know what it is that you want. Right. And I want to provide I want to be your concierge. Right. And really show you how to dive into this and help you get exactly what you want based upon where you are right now. All right. That's saving you a lot of money and a lot of time. Right. So we'll jump on a Zoom. Right. I'll be your concierge. I'll help you get dialed in. Right. So that you can get the fastest personal start for yourself. All right. Just make the commitment to get started today. Right. And that's my call to action. If you've been on the fence looking in, right, like you know this is where you need to be, right? Allow this to be the call to action. Allow this to be the prompt, right, to get your booty off the fence and in the game. 100K or more in the next 12 months or less. Let's go. Let's go. I hope you guys are leaving better than when you came. In fact, I know that if you were really here for it, you are leaving better than when you came. All right. Now it's about what are we going to do with the information? How real are we going to make 100K or more in the next 12 months or less real for ourselves? All right. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Have a fantastic Saturday, you guys. Make it a very, very productive weekend. And I will see you guys back tomorrow. Bye-bye.